sides really needed that, really needed a win today, and thankfully it was us that came out on top. Good first half, but when the game went on to contested scrums, it took the wind out of the spectacle, I suppose, and it was very, very frustrating for the last 30-35 minutes. But look, we're just delighted that we got ourselves off the mark, and hopefully it'll give us a bit of confidence and we can kick on a bit. Look, if you look at it, we've after next week we'll have played the top four in the first 6 games. So tough start to a side coming up into this division, but the boys are digging deep. They're improving week on week, and that's all we've asked. And delighted that we'll be able to get a bit of confidence maybe off the back of this.
We want to do more for the planet, more for the future, more supporting, rallying, having our voices heard more. But to do more, to be carbon neutral, sometimes we need to do less. Less printing, flying and fossil fuel driving, less denial and delays and doing nothing.
AIB is the first Irish bank to pledge to operate as carbon neutral by 2030. We pledge to do more.
Sides really needed that, really needed a win today, and thankfully it was us that came out on top. Good first half, but when the game went on to contested scrums, it took the wind out of the spectacle, I suppose, and it was very, very frustrating for the last 30-35 minutes. But look, we're just delighted that we got ourselves off the mark, and hopefully it'll give us a bit of confidence and we can kick on a bit. Look, if you look at it, we've after next week we'll have played the top four in the first 6 games. So tough start to a side coming up into this division, but the boys are digging deep. They're improving week on week, and that's all we've asked. And delighted that we'll be able to get a bit of confidence maybe off the back of this.
We want to do more for the planet, more for the future, more supporting, rallying, having our voices heard more. But to do more, to be carbon neutral, sometimes we need to do less. Less printing, flying and fossil fuel driving, less denial and delays and doing nothing.
AIB is the first Irish bank to pledge to operate as carbon neutral by 2030. We pledge to do more.
Both sides really needed that, really needed a win today, and thankfully it was us that came out on top. Good first half, but when the game went on to contested scrums, it took the wind out of the spectacle, I suppose, and it was very frustrating for the last 30-35 minutes. But look, we're just delighted that we got ourselves off the mark, and hopefully it'll give us a bit of confidence and we can kick on a bit. Look, if you look at it, we've after next week we'll have played the top four in the first 6 games. So tough start to a side coming up into this division, but the boys are digging deep, they're improving week on week, and that's all we've asked, and delighted that we'll be able to get a bit of confidence maybe off the back of this.
We want to do more for the planet, more for the future, more supporting, rallying, having our voices heard more. But to do more, to be carbon neutral, sometimes we need to do less. Less printing, flying and fossil fuel driving, less denial and delays and doing nothing.
AIB is the first Irish bank to pledge to operate as carbon neutral by 2030. We pledge to do more.
Really needed a win today, and thankfully it was us that came out on top. Good first half, but when the game went on to contested scrums, it took the wind out of the spectacle, I suppose, and it was very frustrating for the last 30-35 minutes. But look, we're just delighted that we got ourselves off the mark, and hopefully it'll give us a bit of confidence and we can kick on a bit. Look, if you look at it, we've after next week we'll have played the top four in the first 6 games. So tough start to a side coming up into this division, but the boys are digging deep, they're improving week on week, and that's all we've asked, and delighted that we'll be able to get a bit of confidence maybe off the back of this.
We want to do more for the planet, more for the future, more supporting, rallying, having our voices heard more. But to do more, to be carbon neutral, sometimes we need to do less. Less printing, flying and fossil fuel driving, less denial and delays and doing nothing.
AIB is the first Irish bank to pledge to operate as carbon neutral by 2030. We pledge to do more.
win today, and thankfully it was us that came out on top. Good first half, but when the game went on to contested scrums, it took the wind out of the spectacle, I suppose, and it was very frustrating for the last 30-35 minutes. But look, we're just delighted that we got ourselves off the mark, and hopefully it'll give us a bit of confidence and we can kick on a bit. Look, if you look at it, we've after next week we'll have played the top 4 in the first 6 games. So tough start to a side coming up into this division, but the boys are digging deep, they're improving week on week, and that's all we've asked, and delighted that we'll be able to get a bit of confidence maybe off the back of this.
We want to do more for the planet, more for the future, more supporting, rallying, having our voices heard more. But to do more, to be carbon neutral, sometimes we need to do less. Less printing, flying and fossil fuel driving, less denial and delays and doing nothing.
AIB is the first Irish bank to pledge to operate as carbon neutral by 2030. We pledge to do more.
Really needed a win today, and thankfully it was us that came out on top. Good first half, but when the game went on to contested scrums, it took the wind out of the spectacle, I suppose, and it was very frustrating for the last 30-35 minutes. But look, we're just delighted that we got ourselves off the mark, and hopefully it'll give us a bit of confidence and we can kick on a bit. Look, if you look at it, we've after next week we'll have played the top 4 in the first 6 games. So tough start to a side coming up into this division, but the boys are digging deep, they're improving week on week, and that's all we've asked, and delighted that we'll be able to get a bit of confidence maybe off the back of this.
We want to do more for the planet, more for the future, more supporting, rallying, having our voices heard more. But to do more, to be carbon neutral, sometimes we need to do less. Less printing, flying and fossil fuel driving, less denial and delays and doing nothing.
AIB is the first Irish bank to pledge to operate as carbon neutral by 2030. We pledge to do more.
and thankfully it was us that came out on top. Good first half, but when the game went on to contested scrums, it took the wind out of the spectacle, I suppose, and it was very, very frustrating for the last 30 minutes.
Welcome here to College Park for this Energy All-Ireland League clash between Dublin University and Shannon. And we're about to get underway. Out half Mike Cook has the ball in his hands. And we're off. Taken in by Sheridan. McCarthy with the big carry. O'Reilly, the captain for Trinity this season. Egan puts boot to ball. And he gets good distance on that one. And in the commentary box with me today is Jack Atkinson. How are you?
Phenomenal, Kieran. Thanks for having me on here. Great start there for Trinity. Harry Sheridan very composed under the ball. Took it up with Paddy McCarthy. Back to Aaron Egan. And a great exit. Good field position just inside the Shannon half.
Jordan Prenderville going to throw this one in. Got 2 tries last week in their game against Gary Owen. Shannon have only made 2 changes this week. Darragh McSweeney is in for Luke Rigney and Oren Ring is in the back row. Trinity have made 3 changes. Mark Nicholson and Bart Vermeulen are in the front row and Liam McMahon is on the wing in place of Ronan Quinn. Hopefully the rain holds off.
Yeah, 100%. It was holding off today earlier for the Ireland-Fiji game and hopefully it continues on now. We'd love to see some free-flowing, good, exciting college rugby.
Prenderville getting ready to throw this one in. And he finds his second row. McCarthy. And Shannon have it at the back. We know they're a physical team that likes these sort of mauls. What can they do? Ethan Coughlin has his hands on the ball. He puts it up in the air. And Colin Hogan smashed in the tackle. Shannon trying to pin Trinity in their own 22 here. O'Reilly will probably be going for another box kick here. And he is. And he puts that one into touch. Good start for Shannon.
Yeah, very productive maul there to start off. First line out of the day. Coughlin went to the boot. Got some great hang time on it. It was a phenomenal tackle then from Hurley. He came right up on James Dillon there. Fielded it just outside the 22. Couldn't call a mark. Louis O'Reilly, then the captain, forced to exit. Tree was hit.
Louis O'Reilly, of course, Blackrock College Schools Cup winner in 2018. Also on that team was left wing Liam McMahon, who was in commentary with me the last day actually.
Yeah, it's tough at the moment. There's a bit of debate in the squad as to whether he is a better commentator or a better rugby player.
I'll leave that up to the fans. Prenderville is an ex-Munchins man. Been with Shannon since he left school. Shannon got their first win since promotion last week against Garryowen, 30-19. And Trinity were beaten in the last play of the game. Heartbreaking stuff. Ben Murphy got in to steal the victory for Clontarf. Can Shannon build on that win last week? Or will Trinity get back to winning ways? I know where I'd rather be this game rather than Fiji Ireland, I reckon.
Oh God, yeah. Far more physical affair I think we have in our hands here.
And McCarthy takes it. Coughlin. And here comes Shannon. But it's knocked on by the looks of things. And it'll be a scrum to Trinity.
Good aggressive D there from the Trinity side. Coughlin looks sharp starting off today. Passing is very accurate, fast. Just got caught there, his hand on his back lift of the pass. Hand got caught, ball to deck, Trinity scrum.
Stuart Douglas, the man in the middle today. Plenty of experienced forwards in that Shannon pack. The likes of Lee Nicholas at number 8. Kelvin Brown, number 7. Was part of that Ireland team that beat the All Blacks in the Under-20s World Cup in 2016. Louis O'Reilly, the captain, about to put this one in. But it looks like it's gonna be a reset. Both teams are missing influential front row players. Trinity are missing Connolly, and then Shannon are missing Luke Rigney. Do you think that'll play a role today?
Yeah, it'll be interesting now. Bart's just come back to us from Connacht. He's got a lot of good experience out there over the summer. So definitely not losing any firepower with him coming into the front lobe. Connolly is a big loss, a phenomenal scrummager. Picked up an injury at training on Thursday.
Belgian international, isn't he, Bart? And he only transitioned to prop 3 years ago, I believe. He was a back row before that.
Yeah, a very dynamic player, Vermeulen. Don't let the South African name fool you. Fully Belgian. He's a very strong scrummager, and I think he'll complement Paddy McCarthy's game very well today.
Paddy McCarthy, I love watching him, a star for the future, and definitely someone we should be seeing in the Ireland shirt in the Under-20s coming to Six Nations.
Most definitely. So far this season, to come in as an 18, 19-year-old and do what he's done, you really don't see it at that position at this age.
O'Reilly about to get us back underway. And Trinity get an early scrum penalty. That's good for the psychology of the Trinity forwards, just to know they have that little edge in the early going.
Big time. Training this week, one of the main messages was physicality. The way to beat Shannon and a lot of the Munster teams is to match them physically, and Trinity have drawn first blood there in terms of the physical altercations.
Well, all Munster teams are very physical, and look what Munster did against South Africa on Thursday night. A tremendous victory. Aaron Egan putting that one into touch. The top point scorer coming into this round in Division 1A.
Yeah, he's found flying form at the start of the year, predominantly benching last year under Micheál O'Kennedy, the former captain. This year he's really coming to his own at fly half.
Mark Nicholson gonna throw this one in for Trinity. I actually went to school with Mark, Wicklow man, and it's taken down by the Trinity back row. Vermeulen with the carry. Egan. Lovely flat pass. Working their way into the Shannon territory. Colin Hogan that time. The number 8, McCormack. Trinity asking early questions of the Shannon defence. McDonough. Vermeulen again. The Belgian bruiser. Jones. McDonough. To McMahon. My ex-commentary partner. Good defence by Shannon here. Trying to slow down that Trinity ball around the 22, but there was a penalty advantage. And what'll Aaron Egan do here? Will he go for the points, do you reckon?
I think so. Early doors in a game like this, it's going to be tight, it's going to be close quarters. I think points on offer, got to take them. Great continuity there from Trinity, their first proper attack of the game. They went through the phases well. Vermeulen with some big carries. McDonough out wide on the right. He has some of the best footwork in the AIL. For not the biggest man in the number 13 jersey, he really holds his own against bigger players.
I believe Aaron Egan's on 76 points for the season. This will make it 79. He's also scored a number of tries as well. Four tries, that is, for the season so far. No wonder he's top point scorer. And it's gone over. 3-0 to Trinity here. You can see early on that it is going to be a physical game, and the teams are going to ask tough physical questions of one another.
Most definitely. Do not expect either team here to take a backward step. It's going to be 80 minutes of proper physicality, good AIL rugby. Mike
Cook going to get us back underway. He's doing his Masters in Sports Journalism in UL at the moment. Was in Ealing playing rugby in England and London Irish, so he's got plenty of experience. Shannon's top point scorer this season on 29. And Trinity have this one. McDonough with the carry. Vermeulen with a lovely pass out the back. And here they come. Colm Hogan to his winger, Dylan. And back to Colm Hogan. And Colm Hogan is in for the... or Louis O'Reilly, rather, is in for the try.
Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal break there from Trinity. Really showing some speed out wide. James Dillon getting the ball into his hands early. He is so fast, so hard to stop when he gets going. Through a lovely right hand offload. And it's any good 9 following on the inside there. The skipper
McDonough with the carry.
For the try.
My apologies, I was about to give that one to Colm Hogan, but it was in fact Louis O'Reilly. And Egan, probably about 60 seconds after he slotted the last one, has a chance to add 2 more to the scoreboard.
Yeah, Trinity striking back very quickly there. It was Colm Hogan initially with a good run, found Dillon out wide. And as I said before, you do not want to give this boy space. One of the fastest players you'll see in the AIL this season.
I think it's great to see Shannon back in 1A though. They're a club full of history. The most decorated team in AIL history with 9 AIL titles. It's great to see them back. And Trinity field that one. Nicholson with the carry. Egan. And Trinity looking to play it out the back again. Colm Hogan, the former Old Belvedere player. Oh, and through the gap goes Max Dunn. The younger brother of Jack, who used to play for Leinster. Mark Nicholson. Harry Sheridan, the Ulster man. This is relentless stuff from Trinity. McCarthy. Trinity looking so dangerous with the ball at the moment. McDonough, the outside centre. Shannon trying to slow this down, but illegally so, and it's another penalty for Trinity. They look just like they're motoring, they're really enjoying this early going of the game.
Yeah, looking really comfortable on the ball there. O'Reilly is giving such quick delivery to his out half Egan. Egan is picking all the right passes at the moment. Max done there with a phenomenal line off the edge, making the initial break. Harry Sheridan's been really good off the kickoffs as well, making some really big carries. He had another one out here on the left. Now Trinity going to the corner, looking to score another try.
And this is key red zone territory for Trinity. When it gets this close to the line, I'm always wondering, are we going to see that maul try? Or will Trinity put it out wide? And they take it in the line out. And it goes to the maul. Nicholson has it at the back. And it's slowly edging forward. And it's going. Looks like the back rower has it now. Shannon try and swing it around and disrupt the ball. And they have done so successfully.
Good mouldy there from Shannon. Really needed at the time. Trinity have been on the front foot now for the last 5 or so minutes. They needed a win there. They needed a good defensive set. Hopefully they can find a good exit now.
Well, as I said, Shannon have a very experienced back row. Lee Nicholas and Kelvin Brown. This is the first season since he turned 18, apparently, that Lee Nicholas hasn't been Shannon captain. And he was the head coach of Crescent College Comp, who won the Munster Schools Senior Cup earlier in the year.
A very impressive resume.
And then Ethan Coughlin, going to put this one in, was part of the Ireland Under-20s squad in the Six Nations that won the Grand Slam. And I was told earlier in the week that he travelled reserve for the game against South Africa.
Very interesting. Great experience there for the young guy. If I could give him one piece of advice for this, put the ball off the pitch. You do not want to give Colm Hogan, old man Collie, any kind of space, any kind of time on the ball here.
I don't know how he'd feel about you calling him an old man, but he certainly doesn't move like one anyway. And a big shove from Trinity. But a good penalty for Shannon to settle them.
Paddy McCarthy ping there, wheeling around the scrum, turning it on its axis. Tough one to take for Trinity. They look to be in the ascendancy on the scrum there.
Coughlin, the scrum half, is going to hopefully put this one into touch. He gets some distance on it. And now Shannon are out of trouble for now. Kieran Ryan and Dara McSweeney are in the front row for Shannon today. 2 Munster Academy props. And you've got Sean McCarthy in the second row, nephew of the legendary Mick Galway. But Trinity get in and steal that one. Now it's in the hands of Dunn. And it's a penalty to Trinity. It looked like O'Reilly wanted to go quick there, but I'd say they'll go for the corner again.
Anthony Ryan so far at the line has been excellent. He's had 2 or 3 takes on Trinity ball, and there he had a phenomenal steal on Shannon ball.
Anthony Ryan went to Clongowes and was part of the Irish Universities team. And I think he was part of the Ireland Under-20s squad for the 2020 Six Nations, yeah. An ideal start for Trinity though, really. They haven't give Shannon any time to really breathe in the game.
Yeah, we haven't seen Shannon with the ball in Trinity half for the most part. When Trinity have been on ball, their continuity has been really, really good. Phase play has been strong. They've been winning a lot of the physical collisions, so Shannon need to find a foothold somehow, whether that be with a big tackle, a turnover, or a breakaway try. They do need something soon.
We're coming up to about 20 minutes into the game, and it's all been Trinity really. So it's been a tough start though for Shannon coming into the 1A this season. They lost their 4 opening games. They're sitting 8th in the table. And it's kind of been the opposite for Trinity, I suppose, sitting 3rd, only beaten once last week against Clontarf. So I guess they're 2 teams on the kind of opposite side of the scale.
Yeah, a lot of teams would have been surprised. Most people around the AIL, other than the men in the Trinity camp, would have been surprised with how well Trinity have started so far this season. There's a really good group of players.
And they take it down. This time they decide to go quick. Jones with the carry. Gavin Jones. Sheridan, another player that's represented Ireland under 20s. Nicholson. Trinity, what can they do? Louis O'Reilly assessing his options, and he puts it out. Egan with the pass to McMahon. But it doesn't quite go to plan. But they still have. And here's Vermeulen again. He's been everywhere. Dunn gets the legs driving. O'Reilly. Trinity sucking in trying to suck in the defenders. Come the other side is the call from one of the fans on the sideline. Oh, and off he goes. And it's another Trinity try. For number 8, Dermot McCormack.
Harry Sheridan there. For me, he's made that whole sequence of play. 2 or 3 carries, a lovely little tip on to his second row partner, Max Dunn. The continuity was good. Trinity using Colm Hogan almost as a 9th forward. He's always in and around tight, looking for ball off the scrum half, hitting rucks, making it easier for the rest of the pack to get round the corner. And it showed there with a lovely pick and go from Dermot McCormack. A spin move.
From the other
finish.
Every time I see him, Harry Sheridan, I just feel like that Ulster call is coming. It's Trinity probably don't want it to come, but I think it is.
Oh God, no! We're very happy. He makes the long trip down from Ulster training very regularly, week in, week out. He's a very dedicated man to his sport. He's been probably my top player at the moment.
17-0 to Trinity, with a little over 20 minutes played. Will be another tough day at the office for the Shannon men. Louis O'Reilly seems to be down. Of course though, Trinity have Cormac King on the bench. Former Newbridge College man. Made it to the 2020 Leinster Schools Cup final before it was cancelled because of COVID.
A really talented sub-9 to have for Trinity. Off to Australia next semester.
Oh, and what a restart from Shannon. And they're trying to get the quick ball, getting the tempo going here. But Trinity have robbed it through Max Dunn by the looks of things. Bit of a cheap penalty to give away, don't you think?
Really good there from Warren Ring off the kick-off, taking it, rising above all the Trinity players. Continuity is really lacking for Shannon, quite the opposite to Trinity at the moment. They're struggling to put their phases together. It's messy, one-out runners. That led to Max Dunn being able to get over the ball and make a crucial turnover for Trinity.
It really looked like Shannon were getting going there, and it looked like that kind of breakaway try that you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, they're going to need some foothold here. Just really struggling to keep ball for more than 2 or 3 phases. That's kind of their main issue at the moment, I feel.
Aaron Hare, make sure that one doesn't go into touch. But again, Trinity get in at the breakdown and they spoil things for Shannon. It's just not going to plan for the Munster men so far. Egan, the little chip behind. Jamie McGarry tries to tidy it up. He's hit hard in the tackle by Vermeulen. Coughlin will put this one in the air, no doubt, and he does, and he sends it long. But Trinity's still in a really good position, and to be fair, Shannon haven't had a lot of time in Trinity kind of territory today.
As we said before, they're getting to 2-3 phases, as we saw again there. Messi at ruck time, ball spills out. Trinity the first to react again. McGarry did very well there at the back, beating 2 or 3 defenders, giving his scrum half Coughlin good platform to find a good exit.
I think what makes Trinity so good is their ability to, they can play it up front or they can play it out the back. They've got many different kind of angles to their game and many different assets to their game, I suppose, and they're a very hard team to beat. And last week they almost beat Clontarf, of course, and Clontarf haven't lost an AIL game in a year.
Now, a lot of the misconceptions with Trinity is that they're all flash, all playing rugby from anywhere, but that really isn't the case. They have two sides to their game. They have that physical edge, and then they can also run ball from almost anywhere.
Dunn tidies that one up. It kind of fumbled out of his hands, but he has it now. But Shannon can test hard here, and they get the penalty. A good bit of fight shown there by Shannon, that they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, Shannon shown they're not going to roll over that easily. Really good counter ruck there, putting big pressure on the Trinity forwards. Penalty arose from it.
Coughlin will try and put his team in a good position now. Didn't quite make the 22. Ronan Coffey is their captain this season, number 4. And Shannon have this one. And it's a lovely flat pass. Coughlin. Oh, and off goes the Shannon player. He tries to throw it back inside, but Trinity have. Egan with the long boot. And Hurley just couldn't quite take that one. And Trinity fans will be happy enough with that.
Once again, Shannon find a couple of phases of play. Great break there from the prop, but an unnecessary offload, you feel, giving Trinity ball again. Aaron Egan with an exquisite touch finder there. I think it's also Trinity ball as well. Last touch off a Shannon player.
Yeah, no, it is. And I think Shannon, as you said earlier, they're just not... They can put one play together, but they're just not stringing the proper phases together to build any serious kind of attack in this game.
No, they look a very strong side with good individuals. It's just getting to that 5th, 6th phase where you start tiring down the defence and you can start making proper inroads.
Sheridan takes it down. Trinity on the halfway mark here. Dunn, another player that's went through a lot of work today already. Hogan. The old man, Jack says. Egan goes. Oh, and he throws it back to McCormack. McCormack kicks it. And who's chasing after this one? Dylan is, but it just goes beyond him.
Great skill set shown there from the Trinity players. Egan, for the first time today, taking it up to the line, giving the show and go. Lovely little touch of an offload to Dermot McCormack, who finds a pretty exceptional boot, you must say, into the corner, putting Shannon's line out right under pressure.
The old man, Jack says. Quite good. Is Egan going to start doing that, though? Is he confident that he can take the Shannon team on?
I think so. Early on, he's trying to find his forward runners, but as the game begins to wear on, as we know, 4 tries already this season, he really does have a running game to go with the beautiful passing he's shown so far.
Would Shannon take care of the line out? And they get another penalty. The only kind of thing you could really criticise about the Trinity game is they are giving away silly penalties.
Discipline has been an issue so far. No doubt Tony Smith has written that down. He's going to be giving the lads quite a bollocking at half-time, no matter the score on the discipline.
This stream is brought to you, of course, by AIB and BF Sports Analysis. And you can donate to the Trinity Movember on the link below, and also become a member. The link's below the video. Overthrow there. Nicholson. Trinity have the ball again. I feel like they've had the ball for the majority of the game, to be honest. That's a bit messy. Sheridan. The referee thinks there was a knock on there somewhere, and Shannon will get the scrum.
Yeah, I think touch judge spotted it there. O'Reilly with a disdained look over towards his side of the pitch.
Kelvin Brown shouting at his forwards. Keep going.
Haven't seen too much from the Shannon back so far. They just haven't had the ball to use. Now they've got a set play just inside their own half. A set move could be on here.
Coughlin puts it in. And it's another penalty to Shannon. Interesting about Coughlin, he played all his rugby in Ennis alongside Tony Butler, and it looks like that one's been brought up for a bit of given out by the Trinity players. Silly, don't you think?
Paddy McCarthy, yeah, perhaps showing a bit of his youth there. Not happy with the referee's decision at scrum time. March 10 yards back.
And that's a good kick. And Shannon in dangerous territory for probably the first real time in the game.
Yeah, it's on their forwards now. You'd have to imagine they'll go to that trusted maul. Darren McSweeney, Jordan Prenderville, two very tough men to stop at the back of the line out.
One thing that's sure about Shannon is they breed big fellas there. And it does go to the maul. What can they do? But good defence so far from Trinity. And here comes Shannon now. Trinity doing everything they can though to stop it. And it looks like they have. Shannon take it out. Coughlin inside to O'Hare. Aaron O'Hare. He stretches. And he's over. Shannon's first try of the game. Aaron O'Hare.
Really strong maul there from Shannon. Initial good D from Trinity. And they got that second shove on, got that front foot ball. Once the advantage was seen by Coughlin, he broke off the side. And a lovely little inside offload there.
Well, Coughlin showing what he's worth there with the inside offload. There's a reason he's an Ireland under-20 scrum half.
Yeah, no, for me he's looked very sharp today.
We're back into it is what some of the Shannon players are saying, and right they are.
I think all that sustained pressure is very impressive from Shannon to keep taking, defending, phase after phase against Trinity there. Get one opportunity up in Trinity's half and to come away with points is really impressive from them.
Tough angle for Cook though. But he kicks it nicely, what a kick. (17-7) the score here in College Park. Could this be the turning point for Shannon? Egan. He gets us going after that Shannon score. Shannon send it back, but it goes a bit skew ways. And exactly what Trinity would kind of wanted after conceding a try.
Yeah, and the exact opposite, something that Shannon really didn't want there. They would have looked to have a nice, cool, calm exit, get back up the field and towards Trinity's half, but wasn't to be.
Nicholson gonna throw this one in. And he finds Sheridan, who brings it down. Oh, and Trinity trying to get moving now. They're in the 22. The tempo they play at asks a lot of the Shannon defence. The speed of ball has been something that's been really impressive. And they get a penalty right out in front of the post.
Yeah, an attempted choke tackle there from Shannon. Paddy McCarthy got his knees to the deck. The referee called release. Paddy McCarthy hit the ground, and as he hit the ground, the ball was ripped there, hence penalty for Trinity.
And silly for Shannon, really, you know, getting that try, getting themselves slightly back into the game, and then to give an easy 3 points away like that.
No doubt their coaching staff will be livid at that. Coaches really, really hate that, getting a score and then making a mistake off the kickoff straight away, giving Trinity that field position.
Pat O'Connor, their head coach, 1-1B with them last season. Former coach at Clonmel, got them all the way from junior rugby to senior status. And has been with Shannon since last season. Was there as a player as well. Egan clots that one. It's 27 here in College Park.
Penalty scored there by Egan. That takes Trinity to 203 points for the season. Only Terranure with more, 233 at the moment.
That's no bad feat in fairness. And especially when you see what Terranure are doing week in, week out.
Yeah, Terranure certainly looked the team to beat this year. An absolutely star-studded lineup of players in their squad.
Shannon get us back underway. Another good contestable restart. And they get a penalty. The restarts is something that's working well for Shannon at the moment.
Yeah, really good off the kickoff there. Great hang time. Sheridan with the call. He's taken a couple of the kickoffs so far. Wasn't to be this time. Penalty Shannon.
And they'll be able to get themselves right in the red zone. And a perfect platform to kind of do exactly what they did in the last try.
It's a big call, to be fair. A lot of teams there would take the points still early on in the game, take it to a 10-point game. But they back their maul, they're going to the corner.
Well, Prenderville got 2 tries last week. Can he get one today? It was a really dominant performance from Shannon, especially in the front row last week against Garryowen. They all kind of stood up. Prenderville and Luke Rigney, who's not available for selection today, but it's obviously something that they're going to try and use today as well.
No, yeah, watching the highlights back this week, they look very, very physical. A lot of times they'd go open one phase and then come back blind the other phase, really testing the interior defences of Garryowen, I think it was.
And we're... Oh, but that line out doesn't go how Shannon would have intended, and Trinity have. An exit is probably what we're going to see now. But Shannon take it up. McCormick, I think it was there. Shannon will try and pin them in here. They go to the boot of Egan, but oh, look at the little trickery from him, dancing away. But he gets smashed in the tackle. Maybe got a little bit too confident there. Shannon have really got Trinity in a bad position here, but Trinity gets the penalty.
Great cover tackle there from Kelvin Brown. Egan was getting that dazzling footwork we all know very well out there. Almost got away. Wasn't to be though. The 7 got to him in time. Over eagerness maybe from Shannon there as Louis O'Reilly looked to box kick, giving them an easy penalty out.
Yeah, easy exit penalty for Trinity. For reality TV show fans, Kelvin Brown is actually the first cousin of Greg O'Shea, Love Island winner of 2019, and Olympian for Ireland, of course, in the sevens.
Warren, the Trinity physio, on the pitch here. I see Dan Barron getting ready to come on the sideline for Trinity.
Cousin of Lee Barron, I believe, is he? He went to Michael's anyway. And this time it's Trinity who mess up at the line out. Shannon have. They're edging their way towards the 22, but Trinity get another penalty. And they just can't really string those plays together, as we've mentioned in all game, really.
Trinity have been really strong at breakdown. Aaron Coleman this time. He's had a quiet game so far, but that's a big turnover there for Trinity in the middle of the park.
Aaron Coleman went to Old Belvedere, involved in Leinster and Ireland underage teams. And I read during the week that he's studying medicine.
Not just a physical presence on the pitch, he's got the brains to match.
Tough gig, that is. Mark Sparky Nicholson. We're going to take a little break and play here for a moment.
Yeah, in the last couple of minutes, a couple of line-outs faltering, both hookers missing their marks. So a big line-out here for Mark Nicholson.
He was our school captain in Wicklow. And Dunn takes this one cleanly. Egan. Oh, nice and hard to McDonough. Sheridan. But Shannon deal with him well. Egan. Vermeulen. The bruiser. Dunn smashed hard. Few sore bodies tomorrow. Here comes Trinity. But Shannon's defence holding really strong here at the moment. Their forwards making some big hits. The likes of Coffey and McCarthy in the second row. And Kelvin Brown in the back row. Sheridan again. Egan to Nicholson. Takes it up the middle. Trinity just a little short of halfway here. Egan with a little smart kick. Shannon will be looking to take care of this. McGarry sends it back. Egan. Oh, and off go Trinity here. But Killian Deneen deals with the Trinity on-rushing player. Lovely tip on pass there to Nicholson. Egan to Dunn. McDonough. But Shannon, again, their defence stands strong. And they finally forced a mistake out of Trinity. That was the prop, McSweeney. And the crossfield kick doesn't really go to plan. Deneen! What can he do? He gives it to his winger, Hurley! He's gone! Dan Hurley gets in for the try for Shannon. And you said breakaway try, and that try came from nothing. A messed up kind of crossfield kick. Killian Deneen pounces on it, and Dan Hurley gets in for the try.
Yeah, credit you where it is. That was a phenomenal D-set there from Shannon. They went through probably 15 phases of hard carries from Trinity, every single time fronting up. Dineen earlier on in the phase caught James Dillon as he tried to go around the side, which is a tough feat to do.
That was the prop,
And he found himself on the
McSweeney.
ball again there,
And a
putting
crossfield
Hurley away.
kick
Great
doesn't
score
really
for
go to
Shannon.
plan.
Really big in the
Dineen!
context of this game.
I'm always nervous about calling try scores, but I do think it was Dan Hurley that time. Came to the club from Old Crescent. Played Munster Schools. Another tough ass for Cook. And Mike Cook sends that one over on the half-time whistle. Trinity 20, Shannon 14. We're just going to take a little break here and we'll be back to you for the second half.
Really needed a win today, and thankfully it was us that came out on top. Good first half, but when the game went on to contested scrums, it took the wind out of the spectacle, I suppose, and it was very frustrating for the last 30-35 minutes. But look, we're just delighted that we got ourselves off the mark, and hopefully it'll give us a bit of confidence and we can kick on a bit. Look, if you look at it, we've after next week we'll have played the top four in the first 6 games, so tough start to a side coming up into this division. But the boys are digging deep, they're improving week on week, and that's all we've asked, and delighted that we'll be able to get a bit of confidence maybe off the back of this.
We want to do more for the planet, more for the future, more supporting, rallying, having our voices heard more. But to do more, to be carbon neutral, sometimes we need to do less. Less printing, flying and fossil fuel driving, less denial and delays and doing nothing.
AIB is the first Irish bank to pledge to operate as carbon neutral by 2030. We pledge to do more.
And we're back for the second half. Egan gonna get us restarted. Shannon take it. Nicholas has it. The number 8. The Shannon legend already. Coughlin puts it up in the sky. Who's going to get underneath this one? Shannon contested really well, but it looks like Trinity have. And here we go. McCarthy, the beast. Egan. Dylan. He was hit hard there in the tackle. Shannon looked like they're more confident already at the start of the second half. Sent long. Oh, Shannon back rower almost got away there. Cook to his, it looks like the winger. Aaron O'Hare. He throws it back inside. Shannon are moving now. A lovely tip on from the front rower. Oh, Shannon, Killian Deneen. Killian Deneen was almost through the gap there. Maybe he should have given the pass.
Deneen showing his speed there, but what a cover tackle that was from Tiernan McCormick. Really stepping up the number 8 there. That was phenomenal. Ankle grabber, full stretch dive. Really saved Trinity there.
Should Deneen have given the pass in your opinion?
I think so. It did look to be a bit of a 3-on-1. He backed his pace. Hindsight is 20/20 now. A couple of injuries across the pitch as well. Warren Ring, it looks like, down. He's been really, really good today for Shannon. They don't want to lose him this early into the second half.
Absolutely not. Killian Deneen was kind of paramount for Shannon in their promotion battle to get up to 1A last season in the centre. He was excellent with Alan Flannery, Jake Flannery's younger brother, who's actually on the bench today, so we might see him at some point. Shannon back rower almost got away there.
It's really hard to coach pace, you know. Some guys got it, some guys don't. He really does have it. He looks rapid when he gets the ball into his hands.
And Shannon looked like a different team in the second half. Maybe that late try kind of put the rocket up them and now they're ready to go.
Most definitely. After a long bus journey, maybe the legs were still a bit heavy early on in the first half, but they've really come into their own now in the last 20 minutes.
Trinity will be looking to get out of trouble here. Shannon will be saying, you stay right where you are. O'Reilly. And Trinity get a much needed penalty at the scrum.
Yeah, I'm sure Paddy McCarthy would have been telling the ref at half time, you know, I've got the edge on my opposite man, and he gets the decision this time.
Jack, I think you have some of the halftime scores for us, do you?
Indeed I do. A lot of tight games across the country this afternoon. Cork Con 19, Lansdowne 15, a very tight game there. Terenure are 19-7 up against Ballynahinch. Young Munster are down by 6 points to Clontarf, but showing up against one of the top teams in the league this season. And UCD are ahead by 3 points, 21-19 against Garryowen.
Bottom of the table clash, that one, UCD and Garryowen. Coughlin, with great pressure from Trinity to force the knock on. Kelvin Brown, ever vocal. McCormick on the opposite side, geeing up his Trinity players.
Yeah, two real energizers on opposite sides of the field. I would not like to see those two running at each other.
O'Reilly. the captain this season. Good scrum from Shannon though. Egan tries to throw it back inside, doesn't go to plan. Shannon get a boot on it. And it looks like, oh, smash. High though, could be a card maybe. Looks like the shoulder went into the head, potentially there.
Yeah, if I had to guess off initial viewing, it looked like a lack of arms in the tackle. Maybe didn't wrap on the smaller player, McDonough. Really impressive carry though, and look at him, he's already back up on his feet.
And he's alright. Oren Ring was the one who put in that big hit. Of course, coming into the squad this week, or the starting lineup, wasn't in the starting lineup last week in their game against Garryowen. The referee is having a little discussion with his touch judge. What do you think they're saying?
I think by the hand gestures of the referee, something involving in the shoulder. Calling over the player now, could be a yellow card.
Initially, I did think it was a shoulder to the head, in fairness. And he sent to the bin for 10 minutes. Unfortunate for Shannon, but exactly what Trinity would have wanted, and now they can make them pay.
Exactly, Trinity will look to capitalise now in the next 10 minutes. A lot of fans and players sometimes giving out about rugby possibly going a bit soft, but we need to get rid of these challenges to protect players' heads especially.
Especially if we are encourage younger kind of kids into the game. Parents want the game to be safe for them, so you got to do what you got to do. I feel like we've had 100 lineouts in this game. A bit of an exaggeration, but Sparky gonna throw this one in. McCormick takes it down. And here come Trinity. Look at them all. It's moving like a steam truck. In the side was the call from the sideline, and Trinity now have a penalty in a very good position.
The only words that come to mind there, physical dominance. That was a phenomenal line-out drive there from the Trinity pack. They really got one up there on Shannon.
Already making the most of that one-man advantage. Would we see a maul here?
Have to imagine so.
Shannon only have 7 men in their forward pack at the moment, so it would be silly for Trinity not to try and exploit that. And down it comes. Trinity trying to get that maul going. It's moving. It's going. Shannon can't really defend it. And here, there we go. As we suspected, Trinity in with a great maul try there.
Big statement there from the Trinity pack. Going to the trusted maul again. Mark Nixon at the back with it. Shannon really are struggling with those 7 man in the pack. It was an even game between the two sets of players up until this point, but the yellow card has kind of tipped it in Trinity's favour.
Making the most of it there, Trinity, the extra man. And Mark Sparky Nicholson, and down it comes, touches it down. Trinity trying to get that maul going. It's moving. It's going. Shannon can't really defend it. And here, there we go. As we Egan adds the extras, 27-14. important for Shannon to kind of stay in the game now and not let Trinity run away with it.
Very important 10 minutes now for Shannon, I was about to say. They really need to get the next score on the board. Whereas Trinity, all the focus now will be on the exit. They've been poor so far off the restarts.
Trinity couldn't quite take that one, but they have now. Restart's been something that's been strong for Shannon today. McCarthy, the bull. Trinity playing nice and flat, trying to get it out to the dangerous wings. Shannon doing everything they can to slow down that ball. Vermeulen. Egan. Jones. Done now. He's done a lot today. But Shannon put him into touch. And that gets a good AIL Munster roar out of the fans.
Good D there from Shannon. Max Dunn getting a little bit isolated, probably stepping out when he was probably more inclined to step back in, get away from the touchline. Shannon had to put into the line out.
The line out just on kind of halfway or just a little bit further. It's about damage control really here for Shannon, isn't it, don't you think? And up goes the Shannon player. They go to their maul. Prenderville has it at the back. And it's moving pretty well considering they have one forward in the bin. And they've got a penalty advantage.
Impressive drive there for Shannon. Really fronting up there with the man in the bin. Very impressive from their pack. They'll look to go into the corner again and do a very similar job closer to the Trinity try line.
Some of that good AIL Munster grit and power there on show.
Keep it simple, as they say.
Coughlin sends that one into the corner. Lovely touch finder every inch there.
Cracking kick. He's kicked very well today, I must admit. Great height on his box kicks and kicking to touch. He has really found every last inch there.
Of course, Paddy Patterson played very well for Munster on Thursday, and you've got another quality scrum half in Coughlin. It'll be interesting to see what happens to that 9 jersey in the coming seasons.
Yeah, a lot of people will consider Craig Casey the next up-and-coming 9, another man in the Munster number 9 jersey. Paddy Patterson was phenomenal against South Africa A there the other day and gave an even better interview, if I must say so.
Some uncensored bits as well. Oh, and Shannon do a nice little short line out, but it's knocked on. Nice little trick play line out, didn't quite go to plan there.
Big moments again in the game there. One of the Trinity players is down, looks to have suffered a pretty bad injury.
You never like to see that.
Egan by the looks of it, I think.
A player Trinity would not want to lose. He's been kind of crucial to everything good about them this season.
Yeah, and he's so versatile across the back line as well. If you look across some of the games that have gone already this season, he's been moved to fullback, to wing, he's had a go in the centre. He's really had to do it all when injuries come later on in the game. Perhaps we could see the introduction of Hugh Demon O'Kennedy onto the pitch now.
And of course it was Hugh O'Kennedy's brother, Mick O'Kennedy, who was the number 1 out half last season for some of it. And then Aaron Egan had a great performance against Lansdowne, I think it was, and he had the number 10 jersey after that. Mick O'Kennedy playing his rugby now in Old Belvedere.
Yeah, things not looking good here for Egan. Just inside the Trinity in goal area.
You never like to see that in any sport.
I don't think it's Egan actually, it might be O'Reilly, the captain.
Cormac King maybe. I'm going to come in.
Looks to be some sort of head knock.
And you have to be so careful nowadays. Player welfare is the most important thing, of course. Massive game in Cork today. Cork Con against Lansdowne. Lansdowne only got one win from their opening 5 games. They currently sit 7th in the table. But they've got a nice run of fixtures coming up after the Cork Con game. They've got, I think it's Garryowen, then they've got UCD, and then they've got Shannon. So all winnable games for Lansdowne, but I suppose not what people would have expected from Lansdowne to be sitting 7th after 5 games of rugby.
You look at the squad they have, both young and more experienced players, they really do have great squad depth, so it is surprising to see. Sadly now we see the stretcher coming on for O'Reilly, the skipper. Cormac King comes into the fray.
We hope O'Reilly's okay, of course, but a great substitution to be able to bring on. And of course he's Trinity captain, so who becomes captain now?
Good question there. A lot of leaders out in the field. My guess would probably be his out half partner, Aaron Egan.
Harry Sheridan has the look of a captain, doesn't he, as well?
Most definitely, bringing that physical element, leading by example. Also a very vocal player. I think the experience of Colm Hogan's really going to tell now. Gavin Jones as well in the centres. They do have a lot of leaders, do Trinity.
Gavin Jones was a Leinster Schools Junior Cup winning captain, I believe, with Blackrock College. It kind of takes the atmosphere out of the game moments like this, doesn't it? Because your whole focus is kind of on the player and if hoping that he's going to be okay. So, and the crowd give him a good clap off the pitch. Hopefully he'll be back playing soon.
Yeah, no, great to see the stretcher wasn't needed in the end. He's walking off the skipper. He's a very, very tough player, so not surprised there, but we wish him a speedy recovery.
Egan will send this one long, and he does, but it's taken care of by O'Hare. Now here comes McGarry, the fullback. He gets his feet moving. McCarthy with a massive hit there for Trinity. And through the gap goes the Shannon player. Brown, I think it was. But Trinity get in again and disrupt the ball at the ruck. King, his first touch of the ball. Good kick by Colm Hogan there. Egan has it. He sends it back. Maybe doesn't get as much as he would have wanted out of that, but it's in touch nonetheless.
Yeah, touch found. Good exit there from Colm Hogan. Well fielded to Air, the winger for Shannon. He found a bit of grass. Shannon had the throw into the line out now.
A lot of headbands in that Shannon forward pack.
Yeah, a lot of headbands for a serious lack of hair.
Some of that Trinity jokester style coming out there.
Yeah, no better hair in the AIL than that of Max Dunn, Trinity second row, flowing locks, very South African style. As we see a bit of a bomb squad introduced here from Trinity. Jerry Carr on for his debut in the AIL for Trinity this season, and young Dan Barron on as well in the second row.
Went to Ross Gray, I believe. And Trinity get in and try and disrupt that line out, but Shannon have through Prenderville. And here comes Kelvin Brown. But Trinity again seem to have the ball. Some good AIL passion there. I don't know if you heard. Trinity. Done. The luscious locks are done, as you said. Colin Hogan. Shannon meeting Trinity very hard at that gain line at the minute. Done again. Egan with a cheeky little kick. Oh wow.
Great option from Egan there. Physical introduction for Dan Barron there, getting met by 2 Shannon defenders. Max Dunn's carried hard. Diarmuid McCormick out on the left as well with a very big carry. Trinity are looking to see this game off. One more score and you feel it could be their day.
Absolutely. Really smart kick though by Egan there. Kind of pinning Shannon right where they want him.
He's really showing his all-round game today. We've seen the running, we've seen the offloading. Now some good smart kicking tactics.
And Trinity have again. Aaron Coleman got up for that one, but actually it's Shannon who have the ball, and a lovely kick gets them out of trouble. But you were talking about Trinity, if they got another score they could kill the game off, but in the same respect, if Shannon got a score, it's game on.
Memories of last weekend will still be in the Trinity players' minds. 3 late scores from Clontarf sealing the game for them, so they do not want to give Shannon a sniff today. They really want to be the next score on the board.
And was there much of an effect kind of during the week in training on the players, or did you kind of just move on from it, talk about it after the game and move on from it during the week?
Definitely talked about it, took a lot of positives from it. You got to remember, going to one of the best teams in the country in their home ground and to be winning for so long, that really is a testament to the side. It's just about finishing off games now for the Trinity side.
Sheridan kind of goes beyond him. He couldn't quite get that one in his fingertips. Shannon have now in the Trinity half. Coughlin. Trinity come up fast. And it looks like Shannon have knocked it on, so it'll be a scrum to Trinity.
Yet again, come second or third phase, Shannon with the error, knock on, Trinity ball here. They really need to hold on to the ball a bit better, protect it at ruck time, because once they go to those couple of phases, they do look like a team that can score and can hurt Trinity.
Is that the one criticism you'd kind of have of Shannon, that they may be lacking that final third, and maybe that's why they haven't kind of came away with more kind of flattering results or better results?
Athletically wise, they have some phenomenal individuals. It's just about that continuity, getting to those later phases, tiring Trinity out when they have ball in hand. Another quick side note there, Clontarf have just gone behind.
Huge.
Yeah, Young Munster have just gone up 17-16 against Clontarf.
The Cookies will be happy with that one.
And another addition now that if scores remain the same, results go this way, Trinity will go to second, Clontarf to third in the AIL, with Terranier still remaining top.
Look, I know it's early in the season, but just if Trinity were to get, like, it looks like they are dead set for the top 4. I know it's early, but do you think that kind of those home semi-finals will be crucial come the end of the season?
Yeah, as we all know, really tough to travel away from home, especially the clubs down in Munster, the likes of Cork Con, Shannon, Young Munster. It's a really tough place to go.
And another scrum penalty for Trinity.
That's big. Jerry Carr's first scrum in the AIL for Trinity, and he wins a penalty there along with his scrumming partner, Paddy McCarthy.
Coming back from a long injury, I believe.
Yeah, had a very bad hamstring injury. Came to Limoges with us earlier in the summer for a pre-season camp where I first met him. And he's been nothing but professional since then. An absolute animal in the gym.
I'd say there's some stories from that trip that you probably can't say on air.
Ask Rodney IU.
Coughlin puts it up. The ever reliable Hogan takes it. Done. Trinity on the halfway mark now. It's so physical, this game. You can almost hear that crunches. Egan. Oh, lovely ball to Jones. But his ankle was kind of just got and he just couldn't quite wriggle away. Coughlin's dealt with well there. Tough up front rugby, but Coughlin puts it up, a great contestable kick, but Dylan has it now. Shannon are shouting, but Dylan has, and he gives it off, back to Dylan. Oh, it was almost on there.
Wow, a lot to talk about. The fans around the ground, they didn't think this game could get any intenser. It really went up a notch there. The hits were ferocious. Dan Barron with a great carry out wide here close to us. Trinity looked sharp. Gavin Jones through the middle. He looked to offload. And luckily, Shannon took the ball. Coughlin went to the air. It was a good battle in the air between Hogan, who's been imperious today when the high ball has gone up. It was a good break down the left. James Dillon again in the thick of things, making a break. And then Cormac King just couldn't nail the last pass. Could have been a runaway try there.
And Dan Walsh has got a try for Young Munster to put them 24-16, so that's pushing it out to a 2-score game. That would be a massive win for the Cookies, and one that would kind of push them right in that top 4 picture. Shannon got their line out, but Trinity are right up in their faces at the moment, not giving them any breathing room. Taken in the air by the looks things. Was it Aaron O'Hare there who... Somebody saying red card. I don't know if I'd go that far, but it'll be interesting to see what the referee Stuart Douglas will do here. He just says a penalty's enough.
Yeah, good take there in the air from Liam McMahon. First came back out of the commentary box, as we mentioned. The Bear Pits starting to find their voice now for Trinity. Not happy with the collision in the air. Some big shots going in as well from Trinity here. This game is really reaching a fever point in terms of physicality.
I feel like I'm at a South Africa game here.
Things looking very intense. One quick point as well at line out time. I think Anthony Ryan today has been phenomenal. 2 or 3 steals. He's taken a lot of Trinity ball. Some of the work that probably doesn't get seen all around the park, but he's been phenomenal in the dark arts today.
There's another Tony Ryan who plays for Clontarf, and he actually kind of looks like him. So when I was doing my notes during the week, it was actually kind of confusing, but Big line out here for both teams. Shannon kind of need a score if they're gonna get the result here. But Trinity will be hoping they can keep the ball and maybe put the game to bed. And here we go. Oh, that was a bit sloppy there.
I think the referee actually got in the way there, sadly, ruining the Trinity move, so to speak, but they've got to put into the scrum.
And the scrum can be the perfect platform for Trinity to launch another attack.
Yep, Trinity pride themselves on their two-sided attack. Most likely you'll see an option either side here. If I had to guess, they'll look to hit it up early. One of the midfield players, Jones or McDonough, might take it up. Then they'll look to go around the corner and just tire out the Shannon team. Trinity pride themselves on being, quote-unquote, the fittest team in the AIL. They're going to put that to the test now.
Cormac King. Gonna put this one in. Egan to Jones to McDonough or Dillon. It's a try for Trinity. It was Louis McDonough. Great break though, great initial break, and then Louis McDonough was there on the supporting line. He got the job finished, and Trinity with their 5th try of the afternoon.
Yeah, Egan again showing his class, taking it straight up to the line, giving
I'll put this one
show
in.
and go. A little pop to his inside centre, Gavin Jones. A really hard break. McDonough on his right shoulder. Great work from the two centres.
Sorry, I wasn't very good at maths in school. It was actually their 4th try today, so the bonus point is got now. Would that be the game over, do you think?
I think so now. It's looking a tough ask for Shannon. They look to be getting some replacements ready to go. Maybe that can be the turning point, but they're going to need to score, and quick.
34-14, a 20-point game now. Looks like number 18, David Maher, is on for Shannon. They call him Barney, apparently. Referencing the purple dinosaur.
Kelvin Brown going off there. I think he's had a really enormous game today for Shannon. He's been everywhere.
Jade Creel will probably come in for him. The South African, who's been with Shannon for 7 seasons. Looks like Shannon have a bad injury down there. Egan. This one for Jamie McGarry. He decides to run it back. And he goes! He finds a bit of space. Oh, and he finds a scrum half beside him. And back inside. But again, it's just in that final third. Things don't really go to plan for Shannon.
Great break there from McGarry. Great turn of pace. Beat Trinity on the outside, went through the gap. Found some support in his right winger. It's just that last pass not sticking again for Shannon. Picked up there, cleaned up by Cormac King, but he's tackled into touch. So Shannon still have line-out possession inside the Trinity 22. They're going to need to score now if they're planning on mounting a comeback.
And it's in kind of what they like, the line out near the line. Can they get them all going? Looks like Alan Flannery has entered the pitch as well now. wearing the number 21 jersey, went to Rockwell College, and the younger brother Jake Flannery, who's now with Ulster. And again, Shannon go to the front with a little cheeky line out. Definitely one they've been practicing on the training ground during the week. They keep it tight here. They try to wriggle their way to the line. The forwards doing all the work. But Trinity are matching them in defence. Coughlin to his substitute. Makes good meters there. And Coughlin again to his forward. Looks like Trinity are underneath that, but Shannon still have. Coughlin decides to leave it to his forwards. Coughlin. Will they put it out the back? See, Cook was lining up, but they're going to keep it tight. And now Alan Flannery has it, and he gets over for the score.
Good score there from Shannon. We've talked about it all day long. Once they go to that 5th, 6th, 7th phase, start stretching the Trinity defence, that's when the gaps open up. And that's exactly what happened there. Good score for Shannon.
And we talked about Alan Flannery, the type of player he is, and he gets on the field and he gets a try. But it was really his forwards that did all the work there for him.
Yeah, good pick and go game. Classic Munster rugby there.
Will they put it out the back?
Backs down. Showed a good turn.
See, Cook was lining up, but they're going to keep it.
Trinity will be feeling a couple of bruises now after that defensive set. A couple more subs. We might see the introduction of young Matthew Victory in as sub hooker.
(34-21) now. Of course, it's a break week next week, so the Trinity lads will have plenty of time to recover.
Yeah, no, exciting times ahead this week with the red and black ball this Friday night. For any Trinity players that haven't got dates, now it really is crunch time for them.
Have you got your date lined up?
Of course.
No more questions needed. Shannon on 3 tries now, chasing the bonus point, which could be crucial for them if they are to get in a relegation battle towards the end of the season.
Yeah, every point's going to count. As we've seen year on year, this AIL league becomes so tight towards the end of the season, so every point does count.
And it looks like Matthew Victory thrown in his first line out. He finds substitute Barron. Shannon dealing with that maul well though. And Shannon smash him in the tackle. Oof. Philomen Flannery making a big impact since coming off the bench. Trinity trying to break this Shannon defence down. Egan. Egan. To Hogan. To Dylan. Now it's to Dylan, and he's dealt with well. Shannon very aggressive in defence. King. Matthew Victory throws a forward pass there.
Some great carries again from the Trinity pack. We've been saying his name all day, but Harry Sheridan again getting that front foot ball for Trinity. Diarmuid McCormick as well with a nice out the back there. Dan Barron's been very impactful since he's come on, making a couple of good, clean frontline ball carries. They're starting to tire now. We see a couple of hands on knees.
With the physical hits going in, are you glad you're in the commentary area with me, or would you prefer to be out there getting one?
Yeah, no, I can't lie. I was a bit worried seeing O'Reilly coming down, being a fellow scrum half, you know. But no, I'd love to be out there. Any of the players in the boat squads, I'm sure J1 players as well, they all want to get out there and play in the white or the blue and black.
Coughlin to put this one in. He's been excellent today. And another penalty at the scrum for Trinity. A real area of dominance for them today. Jerry Carr, on his first AIL game, he's making quite the impression.
Yeah, definitely his side there going down, the Shannon player. Really good scrum in there from Jerry Carr.
And I suppose he's taking his chance with both hands. Maybe he wouldn't have been in the squad today if there wasn't the injury to Thomas Connolly, and he's really making his own impression here and trying to impress the coach, Tony Smith.
Yeah, a phenomenal scrummager, also very handy in the loose. If you look at the sheer size of the man, he does not leave the gym often. He's looking to, he left Belvo last season hoping to play at the highest level this season. He's part of the really successful Belvo under-20 side last year that won the Leinster Cup.
Matthew Victory. That one wasn't straight, so it's going to be a Shannon scrum. Is the zip going out of the game a little bit now?
Yeah, a little bit. You feel Shannon are chasing it and Trinity are just happy to see the clock going down. A couple of substitutions made again there. The reintroduction of Vermeulen on for young McCarthy, who's again put in an absolutely massive shift today for Trinity in the front row. We also see the introduction of young O'Kennedy at out half. Egan moves to the wing. And a Weller and break for our commentary partner, Liam McMahon.
Good out Liam, put in a good shift today out in the wing. And a big scrum from Shannon. Anything you can do, we can do better. And Coughlin goes. No messing from the little scrum half. But Trinity are trying to get in and get their hands on that one. Shannon still have though. Shannon looking to play here. Out the back. Lovely inside ball to Deneen. Deneen's away. The flyer. Deneen kicks it ahead. But it's dealt with well by Dylan. Some set of wheels on Deneen, to be fair. Can Trinity get out of trouble here? They take it up, but eventually I reckon it'll get to Egan or even to O'Kennedy. But it's King who box kicks it. But Shannon can run this back. Here they come. The out half. Cook showing what he can do. Shannon in a really dangerous position here. Coughlin has a little look. Has a little snipe, but he's dealt with it well. Shannon take it. Looking for the bonus point, and they have it.
Big score for Shannon there. Good tracking back, as we said, from James Dillon. They scrambled well, did Trinity, but the exit wasn't on. Cormac King not finding touch. Great counter-attack there from Mike Cook. Good feet shown in an offload. And then it was all about the pack again. Pick and go game. Beating Trinity up front there. And the bonus point score. Big point there for Shannon.
Shannon in a really dangerous position here. Talked about last week. The nightmares Trinity would have been having after Clontarf got 3 late tries. And now it's a 6-point game. I was double checking my maths again there, but it is a 6-point game. But that's it. What a game here in College Park. 34-28 to Trinity. What did you think of that one, Jack?
Physicality was the name of the game today. It really was physical out there. As we said, we were hearing the shots from here in the commentary box. Some great little pieces of skill shown from the backline players. Some great speed shown from the likes of Deneen. He was rapid out there. James Dillon as well, very sharp. If I was to go with the man of the match today, though, I'd say it'd be the big man, Harry Sheridan, in the locks. I'd say his carries got towards 20-odd at the end of the game. He was imperious in the line-out. Good win for Trinity, but a good point at the end there for Shannon.
And a great game of rugby, and I was delighted to call it alongside Jack. And of course, this broadcast is brought to you by AIB and BF Sports Analysis, providing a quality stream, because that's exactly what the AIL needs. Thank you for joining us today, and no doubt we'll probably be back in a couple of weeks. See you after. That McDonough try, I don't know why I thought it was Dylan halfway through. I just doubted myself. It's hard sometimes.
It is, yeah.